After multiple pregnancy losses, I'd worried about the possibility of another one. But I told myself this time would be different. I tried to be as careful as possible. I wore a mask, stayed away from people, washed my hands, read all the current parenting and child development research, ate organic, avoided toxins. I did all the recommended things. I wanted to be sure that I didn't do anything that could potentially cause another loss. But birth was not like the vision I had from the movies or like the stories I'd heard from other moms. I woke from an emergency C-section to find out my daughter was in the NICU. I was so afraid that my dream come true was on the verge of slipping away that I began preparing myself for all the worst possible outcomes. But she did really well, and we went home after a few days. However, now I was responsible for something even more fragile than what I'd carried in my stomach for those endless months. I had to figure out how to keep her alive and not completely mess up her life. I spent hours rereading all the parenting research, sanitizing everything, making sure she was breathing, worrying she'd fall when she started to walk, worrying about what we'd do when she turned 16 and started driving. I'd have to review everything I did, said, and thought each day, just to ensure I hadn't done something that would show up in adulthood. She couldn't even roll over or hold her own head up yet. When she was a year old, I was diagnosed with postpartum OCD. I had no clue, even though I'd worked in mental health for years. After my diagnosis, I finally found the help I needed. "Get to the emergency room fast," the babysitter was yelling when I picked up the phone. Of course I was worried, as any other mother would. While driving to the hospital, the voice of OCD started to shout, "What if? What if she's on life support? What if she's dead? How will we ever work through this?" But then I took a deep breath, remembering what I'd learned. I can only deal with the present rather than focusing on all the what-ifs. I reminded myself of what is happening right now. At the hospital, my little girl had a decent gash on her forehead, requiring a few stitches, something she's quite proud of. "You're so calm," our babysitter said to me. The medical staff all agreed. I hadn't really noticed it until then.